An organizational chart is essentially a diagram that shows the functions and departments of a firm and the people within them. Like the diagram you see on the screen, an organizational chart is normally shaped like a triangle. This is called a hierarchy since there's a top, middle, and bottom. This hierarchy shows status and authority of the employees, where those at the top are the most important and are paid a larger salary due to the fact that they have more responsibility, and vice versa for those at the bottom. Each layer of authority is called a level of authority or command. In a hierarchy, the vertical chain of command can be seen. Information is communicated up the hierarchy through the layers, and orders are communicated downwards vertically along the same channels. Organization structures do not show the level of formality or informality in an organization. In some firms, it is acceptable to talk informally with employees and maybe even ignore the official channels of communication. However, this diminishes the role of the main decision makers. There are also a type of organization called bureaucracy, which is surrounded by rigid rules and procedures laid down in staff manuals. Here's a diagram that shows the span of control. The span of control refers to the number of people that each manager is directly responsible for. Having a large span of control equals to a manager having a large number of staff under their direct control, whereas a small span of control means that each manager looks after a small group of staff. This is an important topic as it is normally agreed that the wider the span of control, the fewer levels of hierarchy the business needs. Here we see a diagram of two pyramids, one tall, the other flat. When an organization has many levels of authority or hierarchy and a narrow span of control, it is called a tall organization. When there are few levels and has a wide span of control, it is simply known as flat organization. One way of cutting costs for a business is to reduce the number of staff, and this can be achieved by removing a layer of authority or management in an organization through a process referred to as delayering. A matrix structure is a form of organization based on horizontal and vertical relationships. It refers to the flexible organization of employees from different departments within an organization, temporarily working together on a particular project. So in this structure, functional departments are still running, except the project team has an opportunity to work on projects with colleagues from other departments. Normally, each project has a team leader, or you can call it a project manager. A matrix structure allows for flexibility in operations. By adopting this form of organizational structure, the business can draw together experts from several fields to work as a team. Collaborative structure. So collaboration is the ability of people to communicate and coordinate complex work processes in an effective and efficient manner. It is dependent on the ability of members of the collaborative group to work together, to communicate effectively, and share ideas and responsibilities of the project. Many collaborative groups are led by whomever has the knowledge, expertise, or experience. So there is no clear hierarchy in a collaborative structure, which is good as it allows free flowing and sharing of ideas. Centralized structure. A more centralized structure means that the authority and responsibility of the decision-making process of the organization rests with those at the top of the internal hierarchy of the business. In other words, the key decisions are made in central or head offices. A more decentralized structure delegates responsibility to those lower down the chain of command. With a more centralized structure, it gives senior management more control over the decision-making process, which aids consistency and predictability. It also focuses power in the hands of only a few employees, therefore reducing the need for larger numbers of managerial grade employees who will sometimes or normally command high financial packages.